This is a quick update on where we are with some developments on Monday the 5th of September. So some of you have seen that there were some screenshots I put out of things that I've been working on. It's difficult to keep track, but at the moment with some of the more important stuff, I've replaced all the icons with Font Awesome icon fonts, and they work in the simulator. One, they're smaller and it gives us more real estate. Secondly, I mean, they're controllable and smaller. Secondly, they're controllable in terms of colours and styles and rotation. So a good example is one of the additional features I've now got is you can turn off messaging for important messages. So at the moment, if I put in a broadcast message and put all VS user, I don't know, admin, all VS users, testing 1 2 3. So say the broadcast message came in, and there are a number of others. Now you notice that there is a class called number 2, and that is class 0. So basically all the lower messages, so a network message, a direct message from someone like EGLR, call me on, I don't know, their ground is 121.800, 121.800. So I can send that, and you'll see that it will come up on here in yellow, as you know from the messaging, and obviously I can click through there and it will change. It, actually, as we found out the other day, that obviously it's shared a frequency, but that's changed across. So those messages, you notice that there are com messages coming in here as well, and there is a request to just filter it down to the most important messages. So a couple of new things. First of all, you have the ability to delete a specific message, and you'll notice that you can't delete these because they might have or you can't delete them from the side because they may have PDCs, so you can go back and reply to those, for instance. But there is an option down here, a waste bin, and that allows you to delete all the messages. The second button across, and this is one of the Font Awesome opportunities, is that now that's gone red, you'll see a message that says system messages off. So I can actually delete that message, go back, and I'll get a network message from ABC, and we'll put in the message 1 2 3, and that will come in slowly. It will, however, if I send a weather report, so if I send a system message from 1 2 3 4 5 6, I'll send that across from the test harness and it won't show. Things like weather will show, so if I obviously want a weather report, these will still show up. Another request in the weather was to change the QNH readings, so you'll notice that the QNH now has a pressure setting in the human readable of 1015 and 2997. So I've put in the inches back in here. I haven't done it for sea level, I haven't done it for others, but you've seen that recently anyhow, I think. What else is there that's new? The window sizings, you can now make your controllers larger. You'll also note that this will now need a sync to bring it back, and if I put system messages back on, you'll notice it will say system messages, and we just clear down the messages. And if I now make that smaller, you will notice that it will now tell me to sync again. So if I make that large, it will give me the sync button. Let's turn off the system messages, and we do a sync. Or we set our distance there 1000 just to show you what it looks like in full window mode. You'll notice that there is a full window. There is potentially also a scroll bar, but I'm not sure that works in the simulator. I'll have to give that a try. The other option, obviously, when that's reduced, brought back to normal size, you have the opportunity to make the airports window larger, and as you notice when I do a sync on there, you've now got all the airports. Small number of things. I've removed the filter from up here and made it directly available from the bottom, because that's where your mouse is going to be once you've clicked on it. It's near to there, so that will work. About the configuration, you've got show system messages, hide system messages in there, as well as down the bottom. So there's also a visual toggle. The other benefit over in the maps, you'll notice these now, I've taken out the rollovers for the moment so I can get them working properly. They go red when they're applied, so you'll notice that the font size, if I want to get rid of the airports, I want to get rid of the controller airspace, I want to get rid of everything, make it full screen, and then I can bring stuff back in. You can see that the so you see I've got control over the settings, because it's obviously quite busy at the moment. And we also have the zoom working down the bottom there now, so I can make that smaller fonts, and I can bring in the airspace. Not done yet, but we were talking about a pin station. I'm still working on how to get this, but you'll notice there's a little table being built up here, and I will be able to pin Heathrow ATIS. Let's pin London Gatwick Ground. We'll take that off, pop that back in sync, and I can take, oops, I'm in the wrong, sync that. There's quite a lot to it now. I can put, say, Amsterdam Radar as a pin station. Now you'll notice that obviously I've got ways to go yet on the getting this table in the right place. I was hoping to do a slide out, probably not going to work. Maybe a slide out from the bottom down here where it slides up, but you can see it's getting there, and then these will be full functional. As you can see. Okay, this is, as I say, you can also remove things from the table.